This video's called Pre-Destiny, though as usual a preamble before I start. Interesting. I just watched John, can't remember the rest of his name, Vince something, he's a Dutch video, My Story Part 7, in Harry Met Destiny. I put in the comment box, thanks Yawn. Press the button, whatever it's called, post. Error, try again. I looked at it, thanks Yawn. I might not be pronouncing it correctly, but I did spell it correctly. I copied it from his channel name. Error, try again. So what's happening there? The machine is telling me not to comment. I'm paranoid, me. I have been. So I forgive myself that I have allowed myself to define myself as paranoid. And start thinking that there's a man behind the machine stopping me from commenting for whatever reason. I'm really not interested. If there was, I'm not interested. It doesn't fucking... It's me they're watching, not me watching them. Why should I concern myself? I'm not doing anything incorrect as such, though I'm not totally correct in my application of myself as life yet. And it happens frequently. The machine, or a man behind the machine, interferes with what I am doing expressively in the machine, with the machine. And there's this thing where the machines, as far as I'm concerned, they appear to be conscious. And I don't fully understand my experiences, though, until Destiny came along and explained, or put forward the word pre-programmed. Like, prior to that, it's like, this can't be possible. It would cost them fortune to be placing things in front of me like they are doing, or like is occurring. Anyway, that's the preamble. Misunderstand this. Forgive myself for being comedic, didn't I? And I just started again. That's not right. Not corrective application. Pre-Destiny forum specifically at first. Why am I explaining myself? I do not know. Probably wasting my time, my breath, my words. Nevertheless, it's a vlogging site. Let's vlog. I find it useful. He says distracting himself from the subject matter, but nevertheless I find it useful. I just watched the limits of communication video. What did I say? So the correct words in the correct order, and the recipient of the communication understands the correct words definitively in the correct order. Exactly. Outside of that are the limits of communication, perhaps. I'm making it all up as I go along as usual. It's more enjoyable, perhaps. See, my terminology there is not specifically defined. It's more enjoyable than participating in a herd mentality of that's a good example and therefore it must be the way, or positive example, because good example, bad example, polarity, and I'm beginning to understand the nature of polarity and how it clouds our judgment, so to speak, although judgment itself is, that was interesting in that video of Sunet's, that good judgment is no different than bad judgment in its specificity. Rant. Comedic that again, Anthony. Stop it. Because it's never served any real purpose being comedic other than, well, it's never served any real purpose. It's never served at all. If it's never served any real purpose, it's never served any real purpose. There is no other than Anthony. Yeah, earlier in the forum, my participation in the forum previously under fictitious names, let's say. I behaved badly. I behaved badly. I was the one incorrect. My start point was incorrect. Someone tried to tell me very early on, before my bad behaviour, they were tasked. They were tasked. I said, well, I don't mind you believing yourself to be tasked, but I'm not. And it is a task. There is no doubt about that. So therefore, I was wrong before I was wrong. Because when I first joined the forum, I was looking for social enterprise. I didn't realise. When I first started watching, I found the history of mankind when I was looking up David Icke, because David Icke was the only person that was presenting anything other than what was considered the accepted normality that everybody was accepting and allowing and participating within, and therefore creating a world where people were abusive. Well, the people were creating the abuse and being abusive. That I blamed Christianity myself for thinking, no, they worship a man on a cross. That's abuse, that is. And consequently, they are abusing each other, believing there is some dignity in that, perhaps. Forgive myself for hissing as well, and I'm still doing it. I'm under no illusions. I have a lot of work to do on myself. I do state that frequently. Only out of awareness, rather than regurgitating status, problems, solutions, not problems. I also noticed in the limits of communication video, it appeared I was, what would they say, at that cult of reassurance, cult, regurgitating verbiage. It did appear that way, and perhaps in some ways I'm reprogramming myself, because that perspective where we are organic robots is, well, like I said in the video, anything that's a destiny is unquestionable, valid, irrefutable. One does have to understand the nature of ting to understand some of the ting that is spoken specifically, particularly by Bernard, though I find Sunet's work specifically specific and therefore of value. I was just going to start clearing other things up in that previous video, but what the fuck, you didn't understand what I was saying or what I meant. You won't understand the clarification of it either, because I find that me, if someone doesn't understand, they don't want to, and they won't do, because they don't want to, because they're hiding from themselves and from acknowledging that we're all equal life. I am nothing other than a piece of equal life. There is nothing else. So I behaved badly when I was on the forum previously, which led me to be concerned a little about my postings. I'm not too sure what's acceptable, and of course anything's acceptable that's considering all life equally, obviously. Though having much work to do on myself, I obviously at times error in my application of myself. I mean, I could talk all day and all night about my experiences that then can be pulled apart because they're not correct. They weren't correct. If they were correct, we wouldn't be where we are now, needing to be correcting the incorrect application of life in breath, in every moment. Pre-destiny. We were doomed to extinction, and there were times when I welcomed it, though I watched Casper and Lindsay and all the others, I shouldn't really mention names, and I see there is no need to destroy all life, because life can exist equally with dignity when applied correctly by the individuals that are equal life. This is not an advert. Will you understand that? Do I understand that? Is there anything to understand that I said in my moving of my tongue, lips, and your lungs must move when you're talking also. There's vibration there, feel vibration in the chest area. I'm not sorry. There's too much sorrow in the world already. I am prepared to correct my incorrect applications, and if necessary, completely reprogram myself. After that limits of communication video, vlog, I started thinking I want to get back onto my English language. I started creating a new language, English with an I. It's not H, that. but it is a tick. Although a tick is relevant to correct. Oh dear. I'm going to stop there because the machine will bitch with me for going over 15 minutes. It's only 14 minutes 14 seconds, though I will find it will be over 15 minutes when it is processed for some strange reason. No.